All right, guys. So the other day, we had some troops get killed in Syria. We had some U.S. troops get killed in Syria. And look, that's a big deal. It's a big deal when troops get killed anywhere. But I think the response that a lot of people had when they saw that is, well, wait a second. What are we doing in Syria, right? Like, every normal person who works a job and, like, you know, doesn't follow the news too closely, they're probably going, wait, we have troops in Syria? What are you talking? Like, they remember the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War, and we still have troops in Iraq, by the way. But they're like, Syria? I don't remember us being in Syria, right? And we were, to one extent or another, you know, Obama helped arm and fund some of the rebel groups and stuff, but they don't think of us as having troops there. Of course not. They kind of keep that on the low. The media doesn't really talk about it. Trump is asked this exact question, like, hey, what are we doing in Syria? He doesn't know how to fucking answer. He doesn't know how to answer. Let's watch, and then I'll show you what's actually going on here. Here we go.
On Syria, Mr. President, on the U.S. troops killed in Syria over the weekend, why do we have troops in Syria?
Now, by the way, this is a moment where a good answer would be, we shouldn't, and I'm going to take them out. Because if you don't even know why we have them there, then you probably shouldn't have the troops there, right? If there's not a very clear and obvious reason, probably not a good idea to put the lives of American men and women on the line and have them occupy some foreign country. Like, maybe in some situations like that, shit like this happens, where they just get fucking murdered.
Because we're trying to make sure that there's going to be and remain peace in the Middle East.
This is like a kid who didn't do his homework. He's got to come up with a book report on the spot, but he didn't read the book. That's what it, keep that in mind as you listen to his answer here. Right off the bat, that's what that is.
And remain peace in the Middle East, and Syria is a big part of it. The new leader is a strong person.
What does that have to do with the question? Why are you talking about the new leader? By the way, the new leader was literally a member of Al-Qaeda, just for the record. Just for the record. I know that the U.S. hated Assad because Assad was aligned with Iran and Russia. I know that's why the U.S. hates him. But he was a member of Al-Qaeda. But why are we talking about the leader of Syria? You weren't asked about the leader of Syria. You were asked, what are we doing in Syria? What are our troops doing in Syria?
Middle East, and Syria is a big part of it. The new leader is a strong person, and that's what you need. This is a rough part of the world.
It's a rough part of the world, so we need an Al-Qaeda leader in there. Because now he acts like he's pro the U.S., so we don't care that you beheaded people and you were in Al-Qaeda, the group that attacked us and murdered thousands of Americans on 9/11. We'll look past that, but you need a tough guy to run the country. Again, what does that have to do with the question? None of this has anything to do with the question.
And it's been amazing what's taken place in Syria.
It's been amazing. This is a day after Americans got murdered. It's amazing what's happening in Syria. You're going to talk about the success story of Syria after Americans got murdered, directly after Americans got murdered? Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your mind?
Amazing what's taken place in Syria. We got rid of Assad. We got rid of other people that were really bad people.
Was that just an admission that the U.S. overthrew Assad? I think this is an admission. Yeah, we armed and funded this exact guy who did it. We got rid of... Who's we? Who's we, bitch? We got rid of Assad? Does that mean the U.S. was funding the jihadist group that overthrew him? That's quite a fucking admission right there. That's quite an admission.
We got rid of other people that were really bad people and that were in the way of peace in the Middle East. You know, we have legit...
So the Al-Qaeda guy was not in the way of peace in the Middle East. He was helping peace in the Middle East, according to Trump.
Legitimate peace in the Middle East. First time in 3,000 years. And we have 59 countries backing it. And we'll see what happens with Hamas. We'll see what happens with...
What does this have to do with the question? The question was, why are our troops in Syria? And now you're talking about fucking Hamas? And you're talking about we finally got peace in the Middle East? Oh, do you? You have peace in the Middle East, which is why the day before this, Americans got murdered in Syria, and why your fucking bullshit fake peace deal with Gaza and Israel fell apart immediately, where Israel went right back to killing people like right away.
With Hezbollah, but regardless, I mean, we have countries that want to go in and clean that out if we want them to do it.
Now I think he's talking about Gaza. We got countries that want to go in and clean out Gaza. They get mad when you say, I think you're doing ethnic cleansing, and then here he goes, they're going to clean that out. He's literally saying clean it out. Clean it out of what, Don? I think you mean the people. That's what you mean. That's why you're pro-genocide, you're pro-ethnic cleansing, you're letting Israel take the Gaza Strip, build hotels and casinos in there. You want a golden statue to you there, which is why he tweeted an AI video of exactly that. But again, what does this have to do with the question that was asked?
Regardless, I mean, we have countries that want to go in and clean that out if we want them to do it.
He was asked, why are U.S. troops in Syria? He couldn't answer the question, or he didn't answer the question. Because you want to know what the real reason is? Here he is in his first term. Listen to what he says.
And then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil.
So American soldiers got murdered in Syria because Trump wanted to steal Syrian oil. His words, I took the oil. I took it. That's what this country really does. That's what the U.S. really does. That's what our leaders make this country do. These are imperial wars of aggression. That's what it is. We are looting, we are pillaging, we are stealing, and then we go, why does the world hate us? I don't understand. Why does the world hate us? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you ruined multiple countries and stole their natural resources and stole their oil and stole their minerals and put a puppet dictator in there that oppresses the people and takes away their rights and leaves them with no freedom whatsoever. Then we have the nerve to pretend it's about freedom and democracy. We say, oh, this is about freedom and democracy. No, it's not. Why are we arming and funding 73% of the world's dictatorships? That's an actual number, by the way. If it's about freedom and democracy, it's almost like the opposite. Like we're stopping freedom and democracy to serve U.S. billionaires and corporate interests, to serve the oil companies. So American soldiers died, and now Trump, if he was being honest, he would tell the family members, he would look them in the eyes and say, your kid died because I was stealing oil for ExxonMobil. This clip is fucking incredible. And by the way, the same goddamn thing about Venezuela. Don't get it twisted. We also have him on tape in 2023 talking about Venezuela, saying in the first term we tried to coup him and I was going to take the oil. I was going to take the oil. And now Trump is trying to coup, get rid of regime change Maduro, and take the oil. And you have U.S. representatives going on Fox News saying, oh, this is going to be great for the U.S. oil companies. So again, more people's lives on the line, U.S. soldiers' lives, but also the lives of innocent people in Venezuela to take the oil. To steal the oil. This is what is actually going on. Don't be naive. Don't be an idiot. This is about imperialism. This is about colonialism. This is about stealing natural resources. That's what it is. By the way, the idea like, oh, it can't work any other way. Really? It can't work any other way? You can't fucking negotiate with other countries and pay a certain amount to get some of their natural resources? You have to go in there and fucking murder people and put a puppet regime in there and steal the stuff? It's just so child. It's so fucking ancient and medieval and stupid to live like this. Creating enemies, creating problems, murdering people who did nothing wrong. All for what? For nothing. For fucking profits. For ExxonMobil. For a bunch of CEOs and billionaire assholes. Smoking a fucking cigar somewhere at a country club. Fucking incredible, man.
And then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil.
I mean, it's just so incredible. So understand that. Venezuela's got nothing to do with drugs, nothing to do with fentanyl being a weapon of mass destruction. There is no fentanyl that even fucking comes from Venezuela. Less than 5% of the drugs even come from Venezuela. It has nothing to do with drugs. Nothing. It's all about stealing the oil, stealing the minerals, stealing the natural resources, putting in a puppet government, letting Eric Prince, the war criminal, run the country, putting in that fucking the Nobel Prize winner who's a fucking warmonger, letting her be the figurehead for this country. That's psychopath.
I took
We're
over
taking
the
the
oil.
oil. We're not taking
Well,
the oil.
maybe we will.
See, that's how stupid Trump is, where you have a Fox News host who's also a warmonger, mind you. She's trying to help him out going, well, you're not taking the oil. In other words, hey, that's the part you say behind closed doors, asshole. That's the part you say when millions of people aren't watching. She's going, come on, man, you're not supposed to say this part. This makes us look bad. We are objectively the bad guy. We are the baddie. We are the villain if what you're saying is what we're actually doing. So you don't really mean that, do you?
Taking
Well,
the oil.
maybe we will, maybe we won't.
They're protecting the facility.
I don't know, maybe we should take it, but we have the oil. Right now, the United States has the oil. So they say he left troops in Syria. No, I got rid of all of them, other than we're protecting the oil. We have the oil.
He couldn't answer why we were there. The reason why he couldn't answer is because, you know, the question was a real question, a serious question. There are implications to that question. And instead of being honest like he was here, he starts babbling about some other shit, starts babbling about Israel and Gaza, and we're going to clean it out and this and that. Didn't give the answer. Couldn't give the answer. But this is the real answer. Same with Venezuela, the fucking illegal regime change offensive war we're doing there. Same with this shit. Now you know. And by the way, just so everybody understands, the Pentagon can't account for 63% of its money. Let me repeat that. The Pentagon failed every audit. I believe 7 audits. They failed every audit. Can't account for 63% of their money. That is a fucking slush fund for billionaire corporate criminals. That's what that is. That's what the Pentagon is. So people lose their minds and flip out if there's, some kid somewhere got a couple extra meals out of food stamps, right? They're, food stamp fraud happened, and these people were getting more food than they... Meanwhile, the Pentagon, trillions of dollars missing from the Pentagon. Trillions of dollars. Never mind the $38 billion that Elon Musk, that fucking rich asshole, got fucking blowing up rockets with our money too, by the way. That's the real shit you should be mad at. That's the real shit. They're looting and pillaging this country, the military-industrial complex is. And all the stuff you were always told about how it's for freedom, it's for democracy, it's for protecting the world, it's for being the world policeman, keeping the order, yada, yada. It was always bullshit. Now you know the mask has been ripped off. So what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? Don't live in the fantasy anymore. Wake up to the reality. Being anti-war is the only just and moral position, because none of this has anything to do with defending ourselves from imminent attack. None of it does. And here we are. The naked power and ambition has never been more clear.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.